Hello and welcome to episode 42 of And No. And also, welcome to the month of November, the month that makes it feel that summer was eons ago and that Christmas is also just around the corner. November also brings to us the dreaded time change. When I was a kid, I didn't like it. As a parent of young kids, I really didn't like it. And now I just find it so annoying. A quick Google search gave me some history on where this all originated. I had always heard rumors it was because of the farmers needing more daylight to do their fields, but I was like, is that just an urban legend, or what is it actually, or what's the real purpose of us needing to do this time change? So there are three people that we can be annoyed at. The first is Benjamin Franklin, who first thought of the idea back in the 18th century to save, wait for it, candle usage. Do we, read by candlelight? Only if you want to be romantic. We don't have candles throughout our everyday life. There's no need for us to save candles anymore. That was kind of shelved for a bit. And then our modern daylight saving time, though, began during World War I when Germany wanted to conserve energy, and other countries soon followed. The last person we can be annoyed at is Thunder Bay, Ontario. Not a person, it's a place, but still. Thunder Bay was the first Canadian city to implement this time change. Would you like to know why we can't abolish the time change? Because no one can agree on whether we should stay in the fall time change or in the spring time change. Sometimes I wish I ruled the world. Anywho, why am I talking about time change? Actually, maybe I should say, why am I getting so riled up about time change? Well, let me ask you this. How often do you wish that you could manipulate time to your advantage? I know I have. Those dreaded late days for school drop off or pickup, running late for a meeting, missing a connecting flight, wrecking supper because I lost track of time. I have wished for a time machine more times than I'd care to admit. Now, mostly it's because I left too late, tried to get too much done before I left the house, or I forgot to put something in my calendar. I am indeed the one at fault 99% of the time. And the other times are honestly because they're just terrible drivers in our city. But I digress. Being late for something is indeed frustrating, but there are other times I wish I could manipulate time. And that's when I say or do something that I look back on and go, ugh, why did I say that? Why did I do that? And those are the times I really wish I could have revisited a situation and be the salt and light that Jesus is calling us to be. But why do we say salt and light? Does the Bible really ask us to be salt and light? You bet. Listen to Matthew 5, verses 13 to 16. You are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Well, let's unpack this just for a bit. When you think about salt, what comes to mind? Probably food. Whether it's too much or too little, you know when there's a problem with the food when the salt amount isn't just right. But salt also had other significant roles. The reference to salt Matthew is making is significant and not just by chance. Back then, salt was used for all sorts of things like preserving food or as a disinfectant to open wounds. Soldiers would use it to wreck fields in enemy territory, and it was even used as currency. Salt was really important because it made a significant impact in the world. But Matthew is saying something kind of odd. He's asking the question, if salt loses its saltiness. Now, we know that salt can't lose its saltiness, so why does he say that? He's really just making an important point. Don't be like the rest of the world. Stay salty. stay significant, but not for your own sake or glory, but completely for God's sake. He goes on to call us the light of the world. And here's that part again. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Let's unpack this for a bit too. When thinking about light, what comes to mind now? Maybe you're thinking about an angelic, but because we're kind of doing a podcast about Bible stuff. But if we take it back down to earth, let's think about actual practical reasons on why light is important. Take yourself back to Matthew's era. Light was extremely vital. Having an oil lamp meant that you could still cook when it got dark. It provided safety. It allowed you to walk without tripping. You could share meals and stories in the evening together. Light gave you an opportunity for connection. Light also drew you closer to safety. I was just in the desert and it is dark, like really, really dark. And I can only imagine the comfort a city on a hill would bring to a weary traveler, knowing that just ahead there would be safety, knowing that just ahead there would be a place for you to find rest, knowing that just ahead you would be surrounded by community and no longer walking alone. So what is Matthew telling us here? Be someone that people want to be drawn closer to, not because you're so fabulous, even though you are, but because Matthew says it so wonderfully, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. And know this, Matthew is purposefully choosing two everyday examples for us. Every day, you and I make use of both salt and light. Even though we change our clocks twice a year, we cannot actually manipulate time. But the interactions we have, the things we say, the way we act, they can't be undone. What we say and what we do does indeed matter, but not as a performance, but rather as a posture to sharing God's love with those around us. And I love how Matthew shares this wisdom with us so lovingly, so practical. Let this be an encouragement to you on this day. When you turn a light on or maybe make a meal, maybe ask God how you can glorify Him in your everyday interactions. I hope today was a blessing to you. We will see you next week.